Hi guys, welcome to MB's Man Cave. But as you can see, आज हम MB's Man Cave में नहीं हैं. We are at Michael's Man Cave. We are at Paul John Distillery, and Michael, I must say that it is a fanboy moment for me that I am getting to meet you, and not only meet you but also getting to share a drink with you. So I mean, and I think for our audience, it's this is a conversation which I think everyone is looking forward to hear. What goes into your mind, and the entire the thought process of making a whiskey like Paul John. But first, I would like to ask you that. Of course, whiskey is something which we all love. As Indians, we love our whiskey. We all, have our favorite brands. And as we grow up, our choices, our brands change. But what exactly, what was about whiskey that drove your passion, and you entered this field? That from drinking to actually making whiskeys, what was the passion? What was this? What is this in this bottle of whiskey that drove your passion?
Well, initially it was not whiskey. As I was growing up, I had a lot of fascination for alcohol.
Right.
This is what brought me into alcohol industry. When I was studying, I had a lot of passion and fascination for alcohol, wherein I wanted to do something in the alcohol industry.
Right.
So I got the opportunity when I was 21, soon after getting out of the college. Then initially, like all the other youngsters, I started working under various senior blenders. Then gradually I grew up to become the master distiller. This is my 28th year in the alcohol industry. So I worked under various people at different capacities, starting from working as assistant blender, then gradually becoming a assistant distiller, then distiller. Today I'm a master distiller.
That's really an amazing progression. So I'm sure being from Goa, that must have also helped you, because it's alcohol is something which Goa has a lot of rich history in alcohol. We get so many amazing things coming from Goa. So I'm sure that must have played part in is something which you would say that also helped or played a part in where you are today.
Okay, actually, I want to tell you that basically I don't belong to Goa.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I grew up in the place called Coog.
Okay.
Which is actually known for tourism and also very famous for coffee.
Okay.
Until I was 21, I lived in Coog.
Yeah.
Then I migrated to Bangalore. That is where I started working for the whiskey industry. I'm in Goa from past 13 years now.
Right.
So I came here to set up the distillery, and that's how my journey started from Goa. Not many people always think that I'm a Goan. I'm not a Goan.
That's what I felt. I felt as well. there's not a lot of information that I could read, but I assumed as well that you're from Goa. So, was there anyone, any person, or maybe set of people you looked up to while you were making your career in this field, or any mentors you felt that you would like to do similar, something similar to what they are doing?
Definitely. It is not only in the whiskey industry. I think even when if you're a sportsman, or if you're a budding actor, or any other profession for that matter, I think you need some or the other person's support and the guidance.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of people who guided me, who supported me, who shared the information.
Right.
Definitely yes.
That's okay. That's really amazing. So, one thing which I feel that I am always curious to know, because I'll just take 30 seconds to explain why I'm so curious. Because when I love reading. So of course a writer who's writing a novel, so he has a thought process that I want to make something with these characters and build a story, build these characters, and then finally that story, that short story or the novel is complete, and then people get to read it. And I feel that the art of making whiskey is something which is very similar, because that you have different casks who are the characters for you, and you think, okay, that I want to make a story which comes in a shape of a bottle, and then once that story is complete, you get to experience, people get to experience that, and share their their what they feel about it. So what goes into your mind when you are working on an expression that you want people to try?
From the day one, my main goal is to create something unique.
Right.
Okay, if you talk about whiskey, especially single malts, it's an ocean.
Right,
You have thousands of labels across the world, I wanted to create something unique. If you see, we are from India. As a nation, we are a massively diverse country. We have different religion, color, cuisine. Everything is different.
Absolutely.
So similar kind of vibrancy I wanted to have inside the bottle.
Right.
So and also you have to remember that we don't have age statements.
True.
What we do is we create expressions.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you see, we have close to 10 different expressions. That means whiskey has to really speak for itself. So today we are having Christmas edition 2019. It has its own unique characteristics, and also it is rich in a Christmassy flavor. That's what I do. For example, we have Zodiac series.
Yes.
These are different expressions altogether. At the same time, it will have its own unique Zodiac characteristics.
So that's something which is always very fascinating to know more about. But now you have talked so much about the Christmas. Maybe I would want to give it a try.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, this is 2019 Christmas edition. When I talk about Christmas edition is a small batch expression. Every year during the Christmas, we release a small batch of liquid. It all started in 2018. The first batch of 2018 Christmas edition had 3 different expressions.
Right.
I had used the whiskies from ex-bourbon cask and Spanish wine casks. When I say Spanish wine, we have Oloroso and PX.
Right.
2018 had Oloroso, 2019 has got PX, and also small amount of peated whiskey also goes in. So 2020 is already released. It has been exported to international markets. I think by mid-November it should be available in India as well.
I'm looking forward to trying it.
See, on the nose, if you see, it is very, very sweet. It's got a lot of Christmas cake, plum cake.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of plum cake from this.
Exactly. It has got a lot of honey, ripe citrus notes, especially breakfast marmalade, orange zest.
There's a bit of a jam that I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, it is. You have that, the plum.
Yeah.
Soaked plum.
Kind of like the extract that you get.
True. And also you have that sweet Oloroso note coming through.
And the 46% is really coming out. You can actually feel that.
Palate, if you see, again, it is very, very sweet. It is creamy, it is chocolatey, it's nuttier. And also you have, again, a lot of citrus notes, orange zest.
And it does finish strongly with the spices. You can feel that. Would not say it's a very long finish, but the spices, they really come out. during the finish, and of course the sweetness, the raisins, the plum, it's quite evident. Quite brilliant once again. I mean, you know, I always get confused at which Paul John expression is my favorite, but every time I taste a new one,
Newer ones.
I always get more and more confused.
This is because, you know, as I said, you know, we come up with different expressions. So each and every expression is different. So this is one of the reasons people, tend to like Paul John. Otherwise, you know, if you see, traditionally Scotch whiskies are
They
with
follow
age
one
statement,
sweet and they.
age statement, but they have similar kind of expression but different age.
That is very true. That I have not seen any one distillery making such a diverse, collection of whiskies which offer something very different. In fact, if you just see the three, the basic flagship products like Brilliance,
Exactly.
Heritage, and Bold,
Correct.
they are very different. At the same time, they have something in common. But if you put them side by side, maybe do a blind testing, maybe I think one will say that it will be very difficult to say that they are from the same distillery, but yet they are.
Yeah, definitely, because we all have different palates. So we make whiskies for all the palates. Talking about three flagships, we have Brilliance, Edited, and Bold. Brilliance is unpeated, edited with a hint of peat, whereas Bold is completely peated. As Asians, we all love sweet,
Yeah.
elegant, easy drinkable whiskey. We have Brilliance for them. Not many people like peated whiskey
peated
at all, but
whiskies.
they would like to try. For them, we have Edited, which is slightly peated. For hardcore peat lovers, we have Bold. So basically, we made whiskies for all the palates.
So